Good morning to the show. It's a time when I start with a song. There's no words that we've practiced. It's
So
really
you
hard to
can't.
sing along.
I was gonna add a different line.
And that's the way we start Love Morning.
You can't sing it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Now we're building up a song. Welcome. Welcome to Love Morning. I am John. This is Lisa.
Hello.
And we are live in many of the socials. Welcome, Ken. Hello, Pony Girl. Hey, Tom. Welcome, Happy Devil. If you are here and you want to say hello so that we can see you and hear from you and hear where you are and what you're grateful for, please leave a comment. We are live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram right now.
Exciting.
And the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Good morning, Greg. Hey, good to see you. And hello, Tracy. Hello, Faith. Faith is grateful to be here, sending love from Key West.
Hey, Greg.
Hello, Robin. So this is a daily practice of sharing gratitude and recognizing that we're not alone in the world. This beautiful experience of knowing that we have a army of love ambassadors out there. So as you go through the world, and sometimes it's hard to have the courage to say hello, know that you might be passing someone who's one of us. Between the two of us, who's better at saying hello to other people on our morning walks?
Sky.
It's true. And then I say mean things about them once we pass them. No.
Not true.
No.
Not true.
Good morning, Look Up, Wake Up. Good morning, Apex. You are in North Carolina. Awesome. I mean, Wake Up is. We are in San Diego, California right now. And it is an overcast day, which means I am happy.
I see blue sky, so I am happy.
Look at that. Glass half full, glass half empty, a little blue sky, nice and overcast. We're both happy. Good morning, Pierre. And hello, Purple is Robin. Hello, Tracy in NorCal. What are you grateful for? I am grateful for some plans today to see people that I love so very much. And I am grateful for our anniversary.
Yeah. Try to think of it.
So, how long have we known each other?
A shockingly short period of time.
I mean, if you were a housefly, it'd be a very long time.
If
Don't they die in a few days?
that's true.
So many lifetimes if we were houseflies.
Everything's relative.
I started writing to you this morning, and I checked the calendar and saw that. Can I say?
Yeah.
We met 4 months ago. 4 months ago, and life has changed so dramatically. She has racked up my credit card debts. She is bankrupt. Oh no, that's no, no.
It's your other girlfriend.
But it's hard to believe. That's really hard for me to fathom.
Yeah.
Because
Me too.
I really have a hard time remembering. I mean, I can remember life without you, but it seems like a long, like that was a previous chapter of my life, not just within this year. And yeah, I think it's like the difference between who I was before I met you and who I am now is so big. I think that's why it feels so long. And I don't know. Any thoughts on what's going on here?
I think time-space reality changes in the realm of the heart. And when we're in connection, time becomes timeless. And so I've felt so many times with you that we've had days that just went on and on and on and on and had these unfolding chapters just within a day. And like gone through so many different versions of myself and so many different feeling states, and I think that's a result of kind of the mindfulness and presence that comes with loving connection.
Beautifully said. Yeah, I think that there's... Can I read what I wrote you this morning?
Yeah.
All right. So this morning I addressed some of that thought of this this experience of presence that I've been experiencing the last 4 months. So, and I started it by talking about 4 months, and then I took that out of it because I said that doesn't sound as romantic. So I'm not going to anchor it to, time and space are so limiting, man. Our heart is eternal. Okay. And good. In the meantime, welcome Alex and Melanie. Hey, Dimitri. And welcome Joyous. Okay. Time well spent is no longer determined by my productivity levels. My favorite activity has become holding Lisa. There is a state of mindfulness I achieve in your embrace that is unlike anything I felt before. My attention is drawn to your skin, your scent, your warmth, and time fades away. A lifetime of incessant to-do lists and what should I be doing thoughts disappear. I'm not holding you for any reason. I'm not intentionally speaking a love language or seducing you. Occasional waves of lust do pulse through me, but they do not pull me from the perfect present. There is no urgency for sex, until there is. And when that floodgate opens, the mindfulness takes me on an animalistic dance that is steered by energies far removed from my conscious mind. The levels of transcendence we achieve in the trusting container of our bedroom are truly otherworldly. The present moments are crisper with you, so too are the visions of the future. Once totally absent from my mind, ideas about the years ahead are starting to take shape. I've never been one to vision board or imagine my dream house, but I'm starting to fantasize about lush yards and cozy nooks, about countertops and well-made furniture. The specifics of those spaces is still quite fuzzy. The one clear detail is that I'm nesting with you. Which is a good thing because there's no way I can assemble that furniture by myself. I can't remember being so happy. I've never shared so openly or trusted so completely. I've never been more excited about the future. I love you with all my heart.
I wish for all of you to wake up to a loved one writing something like that for you. It's a good day.
So good morning, good morning. I do have my trans pride hair. That's actually better.
AKA unicorn frappuccino.
Unicorn frappuccino is what we called it first time I did the pink and purple. I like it more now that it's faded a little bit. It's growing on me. Good morning, Rob. Happy Saturday. Who else has got some gratitude to share today? Melanie says, I'm grateful for the peace I have been discovering and the rediscovering of my purpose. Lovely. Any details about that journey, anything that's helped you in that process that you could share with us? No need, but if you do. Good morning, Susan. How are you and your beloved?
I'm reading Apex of the Avatar. Wait till you hit 21 years together. Been with my wife longer in my life than we haven't been together.
Wow. Amazing.
Just a few more days to go.
Yes. Yeah.
That'll be quite a milestone. Be it 104?
I'm counting down the days. Let's plan our 104, our 50th anniversary. Woo! One thing that's been beautiful for me as I've been sharing our love is when people do. I love hearing these stories of love affairs. Mm-hmm. And it was like when I first, right after meeting you, I declared my love for you publicly, and there was 95%, yay, mm-hmm. And then there was 1% that said,
just wait.
You just wait. Yeah, exactly. And then about 4%, and my math could be off here, you can double check my math, but I think about 4% were people that shared their love stories of love at first sight. And it's been just a beautiful thing. And it's one of the reasons that ties into like the practice of this morning practice and gratitude practices as you tell positive stories and you hear positive stories, it reminds you that there's so much good.
I was reading, I have a news source that I appreciate. It's called 1440, and they send you a digest, and their whole thing is around remaining like an objectively neutral news source, harder and harder to find. But what I really love about them is every Saturday they have a whole section called Human Kindness, and it's only positive news stories. So it was like, meet 21 teenagers who've been honored for their work with, toward ending food scarcity. And I just love that. I love the momentum that happens when I read a bunch of positive news stories in a row, which never happens in a mainstream media outlet, and how that just gives me like connection to hope.
Yeah. We've defined news at what's wrong.
Yeah.
And part of that is algorithm based. People get excited by outrage and negativity. And I this recent chapter with Burning Man and news is such a great illustration of how easy it is to passively receive a narrative filled with bad and negativity, when the exact same circumstances have all of these stories and these narratives of triumph and people overcoming adversity and connection and relationship and creativity. But if you outsource your attention focusing to news, the world sucks and people suck. So you really have to be actively finding sites like that, or talking to friends, being in community, and even community. It takes you have to be active about it, because passively often communities will gossip, complain.
Yeah.
It takes a real conscious practice, which we've tried to do in our relationship as well.
Yeah. I got a song for that.
Do you want to sing it?
Good news, we're breathing. Good news, we're alive. Good news, we're here, which no one can deny. Go look it up. It's Coco Love Alcorn, called Good News. And what if we sparked a little cascade of everybody sharing only positive news stories today?
I am a believer.
Ambassador.
I just saw Gail is saying hello from Scotland. Hello in Glasgow. Rad. And Michael says, I had been so aimless and just turned 40, so it's becoming a thing. Retirement isn't easy on the mind. I need something to make me feel useful. Before that, we were grateful for a new job, working in venture capital. I needed something productive.
Okay.
Nice. And I think that I will add to things that have helped me is the awareness that productivity can be measured in things other than helping a company's bottom line or your bank account. Productivity, what I was reading this morning, to me, productivity feels like connection time, and planning to see some family today. That feels productive. And this practice of time spent in any sort of connection with a stranger, saying hello during the morning walk, that feels like productive. You kind of got to shift your mind to that, so that you're not, old scripts will make you feel like, get back to work. I'm like, well, what if my work is being a love ambassador?
Right here, right now.
Yeah, what if this is the work? But good job with the job.
I see a couple requests for that news outlet again. It's called 1440, and they just send you a daily morning email digest. I really appreciated them.
Melanie says, as weird as it sounds, when my dad passed, yes, I was overcome with grief, but at the same time I started to have a flood of memories, and I saw his impact of others. I also felt a strong sense of what I assume is his spirituality. Get your ish together. It has made me realize how big yet small life is. I can't help wallowing in self, but instead focus my energy to positive and start helping others. While it has been hard, it has been an odd and beautiful blessing. Testify. You know that it is such a significant spiritual tool to incorporate thoughts of death. Mm-hmm. And I do think that is one of the massive gratitude experiences of losing someone, is the recalibration towards preciousness, towards presence, towards the impact of the time that we have.
Make this moment great again.
Yes, make the present great again. I love it. Is it 1440 or?
It's the numbers 1440.
Michael says, my work is being a love ambassador for portfolios. Interesting times. Yes, but
it's one way.
But I heard someone say years ago, if you have a Rolodex, you have a ministry or you have a congregation. And no one has Rolodex anymore. But if you've got a contact file, you've got a congregation that you have. If you walk through the world, you are making an impact. And so whether it is in boardrooms or on the streets, you are a love ambassador.
I think it's so much more about how we are than it is about what we do. I had a big epiphany many years ago when I was a web designer and I was in front of the computer all the time and I was struggling, and there was a reality to the signal of like too much screen time. Like my soul was craving nature and movement and presence with people again. But there was also this huge wake-up call when a friend said, you're doing the holy work of housing and feeding yourself. And there's nothing outside the spiritual path. And that really helped me, because I just felt like, man, I wish I could get that part done so that I could focus on the fun part, the growth and the spiritual stuff. But the spiritual stuff is like not yelling at the slow car in front of you. And it's the tiny spiritual heroics of choosing to go to the gym on the day when you have resistance, but you know that your body needs it. I think those are the real things that make up a life and are never applauded, are never celebrated, because you're the only one.
Yeah, I love that. And you're on the road. God damn it! I'm gonna be late for yoga. I need to find my peace. Yeah. Oh.
It's totally been me.
Natasha is a love ambassador for the animals. Yes, you are. And Natasha's also grateful for 2 nights in a row of good sleep. Well done.
Hallelujah.
Thank you, Melanie. Rob says, I've never been to Burning Man, but like long-lasting love, I imagine it takes a lot of effort from everyone involved to make it happen, but it's heaven on earth when it does. And like a relationship, there are rough times, and there are parts you don't like about it, and there are things that need to be improved. And
what are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say that you remind me of being stuck in the mud. No, I actually when I heard the phrase "heaven on earth," it was like I am a total supporter and believer and a zealot for Burning Man, and I know that it's not perfect. I know that it has all sorts of challenges, and you can be totally committed to something that is amazing and acknowledge that it isn't perfect. You, however, are perfect.
I was just waiting. Yeah. That's no pressure.
But I think the challenge is it's easy to see something negative, and then you start to build up the
Totally.
case. You find evidence. You start building evidence. Oh, Burning Man. It's too many rich people there. It's more commercial now. They've got a sexual harassment issue. There's too much pollution. It's not green. And you go, oh right, this place sucks. And you can get in a relationship. You go, they sometimes talk over me. I'm not talking. This isn't you. This is. I read this in a book. But I challenge anyone to, if you look at yourself in your past relationships in your life, if you haven't had times when you notice yourself developing a body of evidence against somebody.
Yeah.
And knowing that you do that, whether it's for Burning Man or your country or your family or your relationship, you know it's not wrong. You just got to go, oh, stop it. Find the cone, find the good stuff, because that's where you want to put your focus.
I think the single thing that's helped me more than anything is recognizing that everything is determined by whatever state of consciousness we're in at the moment, and that is so fluid and dynamic, and that when I'm in a really expanded, happy, clear place, all is well, like including the past, including the thing that I was totally hung up about for months on end.
Right.
And so for me, that just tells me I only have one job, and that is, in this moment, can I raise my state of consciousness? If I'm seeing things negatively, then I am not seeing them as clearly as I could, because the truth to me always feels deeply good. And that's a trick of a lifetime, and I don't know anybody perfect at it, but...
You know, another part of that for me is, I think when I'm at my best, I'm actively trying to make my mindset better. But another part of that for me is letting go of my conviction in how I feel. You know, and that over time, I've had enough experiences where I've lost faith in my mind. You know, and one of the things that helped me was dealing with, you know, over a decade of medicated anxiety and depression. And between being medicated and not medicated, I learned some discernment about when my mind is not serving me. So I'm not medicated now, but I can tell, I there's some tells. Even though I believe the world sucks and I suck at everything, I go, wait a minute. This was wrong before. Now I believe it right now, but I just go, okay, just feel like you're in Memento and you just see a tattoo that says, don't believe yourself. You're like, what? You're like, you don't suck at everything. Like, are you sure? I'm pretty okay. If you told me that, like, and it's like this faith in my past self, even though it doesn't feel right. And just that little shift of like, okay, don't dig in.
Yeah.
Don't argue for this case, because maybe, and that pretty helps it to pass quicker.
I had that day on Tuesday, and my only mantra for the whole day was no decisions. Don't say much. Don't do much. Just one foot in front of the other. It was like, don't speak from this place. Don't choose what you're going to do for the rest of your life from this place. Certainly don't evaluate your life from this place. Just take the walk, eat the salad, drink the water, take a nap.
Don't say anything to John. Gerbot says, don't believe everything you think. Yeah, I mean, it's such a simple saying, and I think that if you could live off one bumper sticker, that's the foundation. Gratitude and don't believe everything you think can get you 90% of the way in your spiritual path.
The other way is to clean your closet, like Janet's doing. I'm so with you. Feng shui it up. I really love the book Essentialism, and like it's about clearing things out of your life that take extraneous energy, and I'm right there with you.
Meanwhile, while you were gone, somebody on the corner had a free take our stuff, and I grabbed a bunch of crap. I've been embarrassed to tell you.
Well, got to give something to release later.
Before she went on a trip, she helped purge a bunch of stuff from the garage. And then while she was gone, I acquired a bunch of crap. Got to keep the balance. Oh. Anyone else want to share any gratitudes today? I'm grateful to start the day with you.
I'd like to share gratitude.
Please.
Let me see what it is. I am incredibly grateful for the unexpected gifts of relationship. There was a lot that I hoped for in relationship, and I'm getting so much more than I hoped for. I really feel like it's an answered prayer for me. I've struggled a lot with my life, a lot in my life with kind of darkness and like episodic depression, and I went through a real hard time not too much before you had your hard time, before we knew each other. And this prayer was born out of that, of like, please help me find the motivation to become more loving and more skillful and more happy without needing to suffer so much, right? Because suffering is such a effective motivator, and it probably will always be that. But I am experiencing on a daily basis this incredibly happy and healthy motivation to be the best version of myself. I was thinking this morning in the shower about just how gently and lovingly, without John saying a word ever, I am becoming more aware of some of my bad habits relationally, and I'm really motivated to shift them, and it feels effortless because I want to be a good partner.
Well, with a lot of work, you will be a good partner. Something I'm working on is trying not to turn everything into a chance to try to get a laugh or be funny. I apologize.
I love laughing with you too.
Part of it is because my favorite thing is your smile and your laugh. That's my juice. So, but I agree. I feel like in so many things in my life right now, I am not taking this for granted. I'm treasuring this relationship, the growth involved with it, the lessons of it, and so when in making my choices, or it's like this is a priority. So if there's something is going to detract from this, then it's a no. Yeah, it makes it really simple. And this, which is something we've talked about, like, there is, you said something about, I don't feel a need to, like, fight for my needs. Do you remember that?
Nope.
Oh.
That sounds like something I'm
Well, it was, maybe I'm phrasing it wrong, but it was the idea that sometimes in relationships, there's this feel that you need to argue for and fight for so that your needs are met. But we have developed, this kind of generosity state of like, I don't want this if it's bothers you.
Yeah.
If it disrupts your joy, then I don't want it. And so that it's not a negotiation; it's more of a collaboration.
Totally, which to me is summed up by saying, there's no power dynamic. It's not like win-lose all the time, and am I winning, and who's winning enough. It's always win-win. It's like, if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for me. And we're team. It's profound.
We're getting jerseys made. Team.
This is the t-shirt guy.
A good point. Joyous shares some gratitude. I am so grateful to the surprise connection that love is bringing into my life, and my ability to hold peace and love and progress and work and knowing it's working. Awesome, Joyous. Essentialism is written by Greg McEwen, says Gerba. Thank you. Monica says, I believe that the idea that people are generally more attracted by negative stories and events than positive does not reflect reality. Thanks to the new media and the genuinity of the tools made available to many, people seem also attracted to motivational stories, meaningful experience told, animal connections, and so on. The partial absence of the old production company filters seem to reveal another side of who we are. At least I like to believe that. I think that you're absolutely true to a degree. And I think that people do respond to that. I think that sadly, the systems in place that are analyzing this on massive data levels have shown that conflict and outrage do tend to activate us more, but not exclusively. I agree, Monica. There's a huge, and that's it. Just part of it is it has to be available, and we have to. I think we have to make choices.
Yeah.
It takes a choice. Hello, Michelle. Michelle from Pink Heart. Hi, love you. And I'm grateful for we're gonna have a post Burning Man Pink Heart meeting tomorrow, where we're gonna share our stories and favorite moments from the burn. Oh, and Michelle is grateful that there's a Northern California Pink Heart decompression dinner tonight. Well, we're on our way. No, I don't think we're gonna make it, but we will toast you from afar.
I'm grateful in advance for leisurely morning brunch and coffee, and walk on the beach, and a day full of love and connection. And this is saying something because I got a new MacBook Air last night. And so for me to not be just totally spending an entire day in my happy place of like organizing, you must be pretty good. You're better than a MacBook Air.
Whoa, put that in the Yelp review, please. Well, thank you for joining us here today for this morning. This goal of these Love Mornings is to share gratitude, to know that we're not alone, to remind ourselves of the person that we want to be today. So as we go into our days, I encourage everyone to do so as a love ambassador. So look for those opportunities to be the person you want to be, with connection and kindness and gratitude and presence. And then whatever you do will be purposeful. Yeah. Thank you, Michelle.
Good to be with you, everybody.
Good morning, Caitlin. Good morning, Christopher. And with that, let's close with a hug. So wherever you are, either embrace the body you're in or the body you're with. And as we feel the arms around us, let it be symbolic of everyone who's here all across the world, sharing gratitude and connection and knowledge that we're all more alike than we are different, all doing the best we can, and that we have the possibility and no choice, really. We are making a difference. We're putting ripples in the world, so let's make them beautiful and strengthened by one another. Let's take a deep breath in and squeeze one another. Let's squeeze and hold it. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb and all of you beautiful ambassadors of love, thanks for being here. Thanks for being here, Lisa.
Love you.
I love you. Bye, Jim. Bye, Anne. Thanks, Natasha. Bye, Jessica. Bye, Kevin.